Let me guess, you feel like you're a failure all the time. It's not just the imposter syndrome, it's getting bad. I'm a scientist, a woman in STEM, if you will, and this means two things. Number one, I look amazing in a lab coat. And number two, I love solving problems and have loved solving problems for a very long time. So let's solve this one together. I love London. I think it's one of the best cities ever, and I can't imagine living or studying anywhere else. In fact, the thought of living or studying somewhere else kind of makes me sad. But one thing that comes with the city, as much as I love the culture and the fast pace and being around friends and so much opportunity, is that because you're surrounded by so many people, FOMO just feels so much more. As in, I'll see people are doing this and people are doing that, and then I start questioning myself. Am I a failure because I'm just not keeping up with everyone? I cried off my concealer. I had a lot of therapy and a lot of journaling and a lot of shadow work and self-worth and everything. And realizing the things that used to hurt me still hurt, it's just making me sad. And I just wish that everything would go away. I think I'm just really hurting right now, and I'm happy to be in the countryside. There's basically no makeup left anyway. This weekend I'm going to be editing and everything's going to be so much happier. I'm turning a corner. I'm going to start having happier content. And yet, here I am. In science, we work with hypotheses or theories, and in order to see if they're true or not, we try to disprove them. If we can't disprove them, we accept them to be true. Our idea is that we are failures and that we're not good enough somehow. That's our theory, our hypothesis. So what we need to do is try our best to disprove it in order to stop feeling like we're failures. The first thing that you need to do is to actually define what success is in the different areas of your life. So what is success when it comes to your physical well-being, your mental and emotional well-being, your career and academic well-being, and your financial well-being, your spiritual well-being, or your social and relational well-being. All of these different parts of our lives need their own parameters for success, because what you'll realize is that you feel like a failure because you're comparing your academic life to Tiffany's financial life, or comparing your relational success or lack thereof to Timmy Turner's emotional success or whatever else. What I'm trying to say is don't compare apples to pears, because it never ends well for anyone. So when you take a step back and you realize that your story is your own, this should help with disproving your hypothesis. It doesn't matter if Simran got into NYU or Harvard or Cambridge after you got rejected 3 times, or that Xiaoming is president of Cardiology Society, or that Jonah is the secretary of Tennis Club. Your story is uniquely yours, and everything will fall into place at the correct time. There is nothing inherently wrong with feeling like a failure. It happens to us all the time. We lose sight of how amazing we are and the things that we're good at and the areas that we're doing amazing and thriving in. And we get lost in the source of looking at what everyone else is doing and feeling like you should have been involved with that too. Just don't forget that feelings are fleeting and they're not always reliable. Sometimes you have to take a step back and tell your feelings to calm down. Look, I am not a failure. You are not a failure. We are not failures. And we have our time. Everything will come in our own time.